Yo, what's up traders, welcome to a new video. In this video I'll be showing you a cool indicator that is only for MT4. So this time I'm not going to show you how to apply it to the trading view charts or even MT5. No, we're only looking at the MT4 terminal. By the way, this is a paid indicator, so it is not for free. You have to pay for it, but it's a powerful indicator if you know how to use it. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so you can use this indicator for swing trades, for position trading as well, which means that you are in trades for over 1 month, even years. But you can also use this indicator for day trading, even scalping, but I do not really recommend it, at least day trading, which means that I'm looking at the 15-minute time frame right now, and 15-minute time frame, maybe the 5-minute, these are the best day trading time frames, but I prefer the 15-minute time frame. And as you can see over here, we see a arrow and we see another arrow over here. This one says sell, this one says buy. And you also see, we call this the trend algo, which shows us the trend. We also see over here red smiley faces, and this one is a little bit pink and this one is darker red. Alright, let me explain you what the trading rules are. So as you can see, we have a sell indicator, we have a red trend line, we have red smiley faces, and we have more smiley faces, the upper and the lower smiley faces. In order to take a sell trade, you can place a trade aggressively or conservatively, and when you are taking the aggressive trade, then we're only looking for the upper smiley faces to be red. And yeah, it's hard to see that these are smiley faces, but if I zoom in, as you can see, these are red and they are smiley faces. So aggressive trades, when this is red, we are eligible to take a trade when we see the sell signal and we also see the red trend line. So then we take a trade. When we want to be more conservative, then we are also waiting for the smiley faces, the lower smiley faces, to become red. So this one is just on the edge. It's aggressive, as you can see when I'm dropping down with my mouse. I see that this one is red, but this one is still green. So this one was an aggressive trade and we made about 37 pips, and even if you hold the trade longer, then you will end up with over 130 pips. But yeah, as I said, we're only looking for, let's say, 10-15 pips because we're day traders, right? We're trading on a 15-minute time frame. We're basically in and out the trade. We're not scalping, but we're looking for 10, maybe 15-20 pips. Of course, it depends on which instrument you trade. Now I'm looking at the Australian USD. Let me show you the buy trade. Over here we see a buy signal and the long-term trend is also green, which means that this is a conservative trade. So the probability of success has increased, which means that about here we can already enter the trade because we have made our 15 pips. But let's say that you want to trade one-on-one, which means that you are placing your stop loss below the latest low, or if you want to be more conservative, you can place it over here. This is about 50 pips, and a one-on-one trade is about here. You would take your profit about here, which is nice. And you see that it even goes higher. Then a sell signal appears about here, this candle, and again we made 19 pips. But let's say you're aiming for 10 pips, which is for some people enough. Then you would make your money about here. And then of course we look at the red smiley faces, the short-term trend is red and the long-term trend is red as well. So this is a nice conservative trade. This was a winner. If you're aiming for a one-to-one, you place your stop loss about here, about 30 pips. Then it wasn't enough for a one-to-one trade, so the price went upwards, but it didn't hit your stop loss. So we're still in a trade, and then about here, yeah, your TP would have been hit. In the meantime, we saw a buy signal, but if we drop down, we only see that the short-term trend is green, but the long-term trend is not green. So this is an aggressive trade and more risky. Yeah, if you're looking for a one-to-one trade, this is about 25 pips, and yeah, you would just hit the TP target, which is nice. So yeah, that was also a winner. So yeah, everything was fine. Every trade went to TP. If we're trading one-to-one, of course, well, yeah, as I said, if you're looking for 10 pips, then of course you would have hit your TP about here. But okay, the next one, a sell trade, stop loss about here, 27 pips. Let's say 30. Then it goes down, and this is a winner as well. We drop down, we see that this is red as well, so that is a nice trade. Again, this is also a winner, 10 pips, easy 10 pips about here, one-to-one trade, 24 pips about here, we reach our TP. But then we see something like this, and this is a red dot, and I haven't mentioned it yet. This red dot means that it used to be a sell signal, something like this, as you can see over here. But normally indicators tend to repaint, which means that over here you see a buy signal, but then when it didn't go well, then yeah, this buy signal suddenly disappeared, which means that when you backtest, then yeah, every indicator, every sell or buy indicator shows yeah, basically a winning trade. But fortunately, this indicator doesn't repaint. Instead, it shows a dot, and this is a sell dot. If you want to backtest, it's quite clear that this was a losing trade, because you took the trade over here, and yeah, if you're aiming for 10 pips, then yeah, your target would have been hit about here. It went to the upside for about 30 pips. So yeah, let's say that we placed our stop loss about here, then we were safe if we're only looking for 10 pips. But if we're aiming for a one-to-one, then of course it didn't hit the target, and then this turned out to be a loss. And as you can see, that's why it showed a orange dot. We go to the next one. Over here we see a sell signal. Again, this one is this is a strange one, because over here the short-term trend was green and the long-term trend was red. So this was a strange one. But if you were able to take the trade, then yeah, let's say you place your stop loss about here, 50 pips. There was even a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio trade, which is nice. Over here we see another trade. This was a conservative trade, as you can see, green, 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 everything green. We take the trade, a nice one. Another sell, another buy, and as you can see, this is a green dot, which means that yeah, as I mentioned earlier, this was a buy signal, but it didn't went well. So the price went downwards, and yeah, it has hit our stop loss because we placed our stop loss about here. So this was a loss. This was a sell signal, and let me show you about 20 pips, and then, or 18, yeah, 18 pips, and then this, yeah, if you were using a one-to-one, then your TP would get hit about, yeah, here, just slight, just 1 pip difference maybe. But yeah, this would be a winner, definitely a winner if you were aiming for a 10 pip TP target. Then of course a nice buy. This one was risky, this one was a nice buy. So as you can see, a lot of the signals went quite well. If you're a day trader, this indicator can really help you, can really be beneficial to you. But the thing is that we learn, because if you purchase this indicator, it's not just a single indicator and that's it. No, you will receive, I think it's about 2 times a week, yeah, twice a week, you will receive additional mentorship every single week for about 1 to 3 hours. live Zoom calls in which you can ask your questions and yeah, everything that you want to know about this trading indicator. But we learned during these Zoom calls that we do not take every single trade. There are specific trading strategies that you can use. For example, you take a sell, but only when the long-term trend is also going downward. So yeah, you have to know what the market conditions are, and yeah, simple price action and market structure, etc., etc. And if you combine that with this indicator, then you can make quite some money. But yeah, we learned to not take every single trade. Also, yeah, we see these boxes over here. We learned that the signals that appear near this box, there's a higher chance that these trades will turn out to be a winning trade. So yeah, there is so much more to tell, but I do not want to make a really long video. But this is a nice indicator that you can use if you're a day trader, but also if you're a swing trader. Let's show you a 4-hour time frame. So yeah, if you're trading on a 4-hour time frame, you see that this was a 70 pip trade. Over here we see this was a 240 pip trade. This one was a loss, as you can see, the red dot. But over here we see that this was a 100 pip trade. Over here there was a big winner, 400 pips trade. Over here we see another 250 pips trade. Again, the sell trade 120, this one was 150. So this indicator is not only for day trading. As you can see, if you are a swing trader, this indicator produces high quality trades. So yeah, if you're interested, just check out the link down below. I think that I will make it the first link. Check it out. In my opinion, it's worth it, every single penny. So yeah, like I said, just check out the link down below in the description. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I see you in the next video.